Hi, it's Randy from Dreamy Bohemian. Thanks so much for stopping back by my channel. Have you guys ever done a project and you looked at it and you thought, how is that so gorgeous? Did I really just do that? Did this happen by itself? Um, this is one of those projects, and I'm just, I don't know, so amazed with this little sweet pea that I just finished up. I showed you the unfinished version of this on the video from yesterday where I did a little flip through of Jacqueline, which was a custom order for a purple sweet pea. And of course, she didn't look anything like this. You know, the cover, the front cover looks the same. So all the same pages in it, had the little trim down at the bottom and the bow and the bead. And when I started working on this afternoon, the more I did, just the more amazed I was at how it's turning out. And the person who ordered this, it's a custom order, and she's specifically asked for certain colors, neutrals, blacks, grays. She didn't really say white, but she's like different variations of the color gray. And then I thought, you know, how gorgeous would it be if I did some pops of white on there in the papers and such. And so I got to work painting the pages, and when I was painting the pages, you know, at that point it's kind of plain, and you just think, wow, I really hope that I can do this thing some justice and make it look like something. And I've just got to tell you, I've never done these colors, and I have never had anything turn out so gorgeous in my life. And so thanks so much for suggesting these colors, because I don't think I ever would have done it. I was going to do a neutral one on my own, just kind of real pale whites and tans and maybe some pale gray, but I never dreamed that I would do these darks and that they would turn out so gorgeous. So what I used for the trims and all of the textiles in here was Sheila's Poe bundle, and I'll link Sheila in the description box, along with all of the things that I've used to create the sweet pea, and really basically the same things for all the sweet peas. You might just use a few different things here and there. As an Amazon associate, I do earn from qualifying purchases. If you purchase from my links in the description box, it's not a whole lot, folks. So, you know, it just really isn't. It just helps a little teeny tiny bit. But the cool thing about that is I've used products that you might not have used, and you can see how they work and how they look if you go back in the tutorials. And you know, I give a review on the things, and so I already know that I love them, and hopefully that helps you, you know, decide the things that you might like to try as well. So I have this video in HD, and so it might take a little while to upload, but I really wanted to capture what was going on in this little journal. So here's the bead that I made with you guys in my little bead tutorial, where I use Sheila's process, and here's the other one. And I used gold rings on this journal, where I've been typically using silver, but I really thought that the gold was going to work for this better than silver ever would. So let's get inside. I'm going to try and hold her because I really want you to see every little detail. What I did here with the gold leaf is I followed the really jagged edge of the papers. And, you know, I didn't do it on all the edges. That would have been a little too much. And it really turned out so neat looking. I did some embossing. I've used silver, I've used gold, and I used the world's greatest embossing powders here. They are really what they say they are. I've never used anything that works so well. Those links will be down in the description box. That is, I'm not a good stamper, and so when I stamped, I was really weary of how these were going to work, and it makes you look like a professional, guys, like, no joke. So get you some of those. It's a whole set. It comes 5 in a set. It works really well. So here's one of the first pieces of trim that I used. It's just a lot of bling. There's some more of the embossing. Even the teeny tiniest little details it picks up and is so smooth. It's a really, really good stuff. So I've done black, and then I've edged it in gold on some of the pages, and I've done some gold pages as well. This is a silver page, and I just tied a little bow with the textile up here and put a little bling in the middle of it, and you can see the gold leaf in there. The texture on these are amazing. If you haven't tried a Sweet Pea, I hope that you will. The links to everything will be down in the description box, with the exception of the paint, really. This is where I put this dangle on this black ruffle, and it's got some gold sequins in it. It's just gorgeous. It makes me think of granite and marble, the way that the gold leaf is running. I used some of this Tim Holtz paper in here. The way that I've been making the sweet peas is that I've been using napkins to give it a little depth, and I'll add a little bit of color and soften it out a little bit. But with these dark pages, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. So Sheila actually suggested this Tim Holtz paper, and I love how it turned out. I mean, it shows up really nicely. It took a little while to get here. It wasn't like next day Amazon delivery, but it was worth it, really. Here is my dangle trim, like I always put in the little journals. I just love that effect. There's some more of that textile. Here's some more of that Tim Holtz paper. Isn't that gorgeous? And here, it just really makes a big difference. There's some trim. I just cannot get over how gorgeous this is. I feel like I'm looking at somebody else's work. It's amazing. A lot of it, you know, has to do with the products that you use. If you use good quality products, you're going to get a good quality product back out of it. And these cardstock index cards are just so wonderful to work with. They don't warp or anything. They're really, really lovely. I've had a couple questions lately of people asking, you know, if they could use regular index cards, and I'm sure that you can. It would just be a little bit more difficult to keep everything from warping. You'd have to put it under some books. So what I suggest is, you know, if you don't want to buy the index cards, because it does come in quantity, you can cut up some of your thicker cardstock maybe, or use some old postcards that way. Got a little bug buzzing around here. So I've just cut up some of the trim and made like little tabs here. There's some more of that jeweled black trim that's just so unique. You don't see that very often in our trim packages that Sheila does. There's another little tab. Some more Tim Holtz paper. This is some scrapbook paper behind there. The gray, it turned out really pretty. So here I've got some silver embossing, Look how smooth that is. And then some gold leaf here. And I've got a really pretty ruffle here with just some sari that had some bling in it. It's so unique. I've never seen those kinds of beads in there. They're kind of aurora borealis. They pick up the light. It's really pretty. Here's some more embossing. That's one of Lorna's stamps that I used. Of course, it's not the whole one because you cut the index cards in half, but there's one of Lorna's stamps in silver. Some more trim, and this is just embossed white cardstock paper. Or it's not super thick, it's just thick white paper. I probably shouldn't say cardstock. Another little tab, some more embossing with gold there. Absolutely love how this turned out. There's another row of trim, dangle trim. And the black is very lovely. I didn't get it stamped evenly on this page because there's a lot of texture in it, but it still did turn out good on the piece that hit a flat surface. There's some more trim. There's a Tiffany & Co. stamp that was Lorna Taylor made. And this is the last page. I just did some heavy gesso in a stencil. And then there's the back. This lovely lady, her name here today is Evangeline. I don't think I told you that. I searched high and low for a good name for her, and I thought that Evangeline would be very fitting. So I hope you love Evangeline. There's the side view, the top. And I'm really excited to get it to her new owner. So I'm going to ship her out tomorrow after I drool over it a little bit more tonight. And I just appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate all your support and that you're loving the sweet peas. If I can do a sweet pea for you, just let me know. And I'd be happy to do that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you next time. Have a great night.